The college football playoff semifinals are almost here, and then 10 days after that, we'll find out who wins a national championship. Semifinal number one is number 1 Alabama against number 4 Cincinnati. So, college football fans, get your predictions in. Who's going to win, and what is the final score going to be? The pinned comment on today's video will be asking you guys to predict the score. So I want to hear those predictions right now, because coming up, we're going to preview the Crimson Tide against the Bearcats. Welcome into college football now. I am Harrison Graham from Chat Sports, and I, for one, cannot wait for the college football playoff semifinal matchups to get here. That's why we're previewing both games. On this video, we'll preview Alabama, Cincinnati, and then we'll have another video previewing Michigan against Georgia. So the stage is set at the Cotton Bowl in Arlington, Texas. Not at the Cotton Bowl Stadium, but it is the AT&T Cotton Bowl at Jerryworld in Arlington, where the Dallas Cowboys play. The Alabama Crimson Tide, 13.5-point favorites. The over-under set at 57.5. This one will kick off at 3:30 Eastern, 2:30 Central, before Georgia and Michigan will be the nightcap at 7:30 Eastern, 6:30 Central time. So who you got? I asked you guys to predict the score, but who's going to win straight up? Type Bama for Alabama, type CIN for Cincinnati. Who's going to win this game? Who do you got winning? Is it going to be the favorites, the Crimson Tide, the tradition, Nick Saban, or are the jumpstart Cincinnati Bearcats, led by head coach Luke Fickell, going to pull off the upset? Let us know in the comments who is going to win in this matchup. You kind of look at both these teams' journeys. Obviously, some notable wins for the Crimson Tide. They beat Ole Miss pretty handedly back in early October, 42-21 at home. Snuck by Arkansas 42-35 back on November 20th. And then the real, not shocker, but just impressive win was over number 1 ranked Georgia in the SEC championship game, in which they just absolutely dominated back on December 4th, 41-24. Of course, Bama had some other quality SEC wins, beat Miami in the non-conference as well, but these were 3 of their better wins on the season. Cincinnati, obviously, that win over Notre Dame has carried a lot of weight for the Bearcats en route to their 13-0 season. Beat them on the road 24-13. I think winning in their house really went a long way with the College Football Playoff Committee. They took care of SMU 48-14 in late November to add a quality win, and then they beat a top 25 ranked Houston team 35-20 in the American Athletic Conference Championship game to get into the CFP and become the first overall or the first Group of 5 team to ever play in the college football playoff. We'll talk more about this matchup, take a look at some of the key players in this one. But if you want college football coverage all year long, subscribe now. I think we're going to do more videos on an annual basis than we have in the past. So hit that big red button and subscribe. College football news, rumors. We had you covered throughout the whole coaching carousel over the last month and a half or so. Bowl game stuff, CFP, we got you covered. Recruiting from last week, that'll pick back up in January and February as well. Subscribe, college football videos all year long. Okay, let's take a look at the quarterbacks. Bryce Young, who obviously was absolutely fantastic this year for the Crimson Tide. He won the Heisman Trophy for a reason, had one of the best seasons in the history of college football, maybe a top 10 type of season all time for the Crimson Tide with his touchdown-interception ratio. You've also got Desmond Ridder, though, and I don't think Desmond Ridder is someone we should take lightly in this matchup. He's a good passer. He's effective, efficient with the ball. He's a good runner as well. Do not, and I repeat, do not sleep on Desmond Ridder in this matchup, because he is a capable quarterback, a 4-year starter. He can break the pocket and do things with his legs. If you sleep on Desmond Ridder, he'll put some points up on you, and I guarantee you Alabama is not sleeping on him, because he is a veteran quarterback. He's played in a lot of big games. He's won a lot of big games. The only game he's lost in the past 2 years was against Georgia last year in their New Year's Six game, and that's a game Cincinnati honestly should have won. So Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder, they will not be overwhelmed by Bryce Young and Alabama. They are more than capable of playing with the Crimson Tide. Now it's up to them to prove if they can actually do that. Who's going to have the better game? Type BY for Bryce Young, type DR for Desmond Ridder. Which quarterback will come out and show out and play better? Let us know what you guys think down in the comments section. Now, if you want to go bet on this game or any game during college football bowl season, BetUS is the only place to do it. Go to chatsports.com/bet. Use our promo code CHAT125 to to get a 125% deposit when you sign up. And if you are a brand new BetUS customer getting signed up today, go to that link, chatsports.com/bet. Use that promo code chat125. Deposit a minimum of $100. You'll get $125 for free with the deposit bonus. And then all you got to do, place a bet on any game. Doesn't even have to be college football. It can be the NFL, NBA, whatever. Once you do that, email us, jersey@chatsports.com. We will hook you guys up with a brand new jersey of your choice. We got Alabama ones, Ohio State, all the big programs. Cincinnati jerseys should be available as well. We've got more than the ones we're showing here on our screen. Just email us, jersey@chatsports.com. We'll hook you guys up with a brand new college football jersey. We also have some NFL jerseys as well, so if you'd rather pick up an NFL jersey, we can choose from our selection. Email us, jersey@chatsports.com. And if you want to go bet on this game, the betting odds, Bama 13.5-point favorites. Cincinnati, or the total over-under between the two teams, 57.5 points. So should be an interesting one when the Bearcats take on the Crimson Tide at Jerryworld in Arlington, Texas. Okay, you look at some of the other notable players. Jameson Williams, unreal season, 68 catches, 1,445 yards, 15 touchdowns, over 21 yards a catch. Obviously, with John Mechie out for the year with the ACL injury, Jameson Williams is going to be heavily relied upon for Bryce Young and this Crimson Tide offense. Kobe Bryant could be tasked with guarding him in the secondary, one of the Bearcats' better players on the back end. It does have 3 interceptions and 11 pass breakups this year. He will be playing on Sundays eventually in the NFL. A big-time defensive player for Alabama is Will Anderson Jr. Bryce Young thought he got snubbed out of being a Heisman finalist. I mean, can't blame him. Look at the numbers. 91 tackles, 15.5 sacks, 28.5 tackles for loss, 38 pressures. I mean, he can change a game by himself coming off the edge for Nick Saban's defense. So keep an eye out for him. Alec Pierce, a solid weapon for Desmond Ridder. 17 yards a catch, 867 yards on just 50 catches and 8 touchdowns. So the Bearcats don't have quite the explosion as a guy like Jameson Williams, but Alec Pierce is a player that can really make a lot of things happen. So the AT&T Cotton Bowl, semifinal number 1, the winner of this game will go on to face the winner of Michigan and Georgia in the national championship game in Indianapolis on January 10th. Bama, 13.5-point favorites. Like I said, you can go bet on that one at BetUS. Chatsports.com/bet is the place to go. Predict the score, Alabama, Cincinnati. We asked you guys earlier. We'll ask you again, and then I'll give you my prediction in just a moment. Who's going to win? What's the final score going to be? I want to hear from you guys right now. I think Alabama wins 38-21. I think Cincinnati will fight in this game. I think in the first half they can hang around, but at the end of the day, you give Nick Saban a month to prepare, that's advantage Alabama. And that's not to slight Luke Fickell or Cincinnati or disrespect anything that they've done, because they are worthy of being here, but I have to see it to believe it, and I've seen it with Alabama year in and year out for the past 15 years. Give me the Crimson Tide to roll 38-21 and advance to the national championship game.